The first of the themes concerns the 1960s and the 1970s. I should say that I first taught from 1964 to 1966 at what was then the Beijing Institute of Foreign Languages. It's now the Beijing Foreign Studies University. That was a very interesting experience. And the pictures that in the first section will show some of the items from that period. The one that I'm standing in front of is a big parade that took place for National Day in 1964. It's very interesting to look back now that in those days there were big parades every time the Chinese celebrated National Day. The National Day is the 1st of October, when the People's Republic was founded in 1949. The next theme is the southwest of China. Actually, there are quite a few provinces there, but the largest one is Sichuan. At one time, it was the most populous province in all China. It's not so now, but it was at one time. It's a very interesting part of the world. It's very important economically. It has very striking scenery. Also, it has the pandas, and the pandas are one of the important icons of China. I've been to Sichuan several times. I've been to the southwest doing research, and also I worked at the Sichuan University at one time. And I have taken a few pictures there, and I hope that they will be a good contribution to this exhibition and that you'll enjoy them. The next theme is the arts, and that's particularly appropriate for the Tourism Confucius Institute because that is trying to promote Chinese culture and appreciation of Chinese arts. I've been interested in the Chinese musical theatre for a long, long time now, especially what the Chinese call Jingju, or it's often translated Peking opera, and other regional styles of opera. These I find very interesting and very, very evocative of Chinese culture and Chinese personality. The Chinese arts are used in the promotion of Chinese tourism nowadays, but they're also very much appreciated still among the majority of the people. So I think it's also very appropriate for our Tourism Confucius Institute to have pictures that illustrate tourism in China. The next theme is friends and personalities. These are pictures of people that I've known in China for many, many years. Just two examples. Isabel Crook, who just celebrated her 98th birthday, was a friend of mine right from the 1960s. She worked at the Beijing Foreign Languages Institute, where we were then. Then also Professor Yang Xianyi, a famous translator and a very distinguished scholar, whom we used to go and see more or less every week when we were living in China in the 1960s, and I have seen him so many times since then as well. Unfortunately, he's now passed away. The next theme is the Tibetans. There are nearly 10 million Tibetans in China now. They inhabit not only what is called Tibet, but also various other areas, a total of nearly a quarter of China's territory in the southwest part of the country. They've been very controversial, but I have visited quite a number of Tibetan areas over quite a few years, and I've included a number of pictures that I've taken there in this exhibition. I think that the Tibetans are a really interesting group of people, and I think that the pictures are particularly interesting too. That's why I've included them. The next theme is the Yunnan province. Now this one is situated in the south and a bit to the west in China. It has borders with Laos and with Vietnam and also Myanmar. It has quite a few minorities. In fact, it's got more than any other province. It is very interesting to me from that point of view, and I have been to several ethnic areas in Yunnan province. One of the interesting ethnic minorities there is the Dai. Now they are Buddhist and they are very closely connected with the Thais in Thailand. They're not identical, but their culture is very, very similar, and you can see from the name that that is also similar. And there are pictures of various minorities, including some of the Dai, in the exhibition. Our next theme is Xinjiang, which is the farthest northwestern province level unit in China. It has quite a few ethnic minorities, of whom the most important is the Uyghurs. They number about 12.5 million nowadays. They're Turkic by culture and Islamic by religion, and I think very interesting and very attractive people. They've been quite controversial recently, but in the visits I've made and the pictures that I've taken, I've seen another side of them, which I find very attractive and appealing. So I hope you'll enjoy the pictures of the Uyghurs that are included in the exhibition. The last theme is others. It includes anything that didn't fit into any of the other themes that we've exhibited here. Actually, there's so much in China. It's an enormous country. And the fact is that you can't go to everywhere. You can't exhibit everything about it. This one here, this particular theme, others, It's just anything that didn't fit elsewhere. And I think that's all I need to say. I hope you'll enjoy the exhibition. A lot of work has gone into it, and it reflects experiences that I've had over many years in China and which have really transformed my life. I think they've made it better. I think it's been a wonderful experience to get to know so many Chinese people over such a period and to visit so many places. And here is a minor record of all that's happened over that period.